It looks like the Marlboro twins are at it again. New stories and new lies. Claim that Megan stole her content. I'm going to tell you something. Who steals whose content? How many times have you stolen Jeremy's content, put your watermark on it, and claimed fair use that it couldn't get copyrighted? Yeah, right. I'll tell you straight up right now. I see any of my material on your YouTube channel, I'm going to copyright strike you. Said Jeremy, said something about Megan being, I always said something about Megan begging for money on her show. Okay, well, first of all, it's not begging people for money. But even if she did, it's none of your business. Okay? She has a family to feed, and she has bills to pay. She's not like you and be all the time grift. She said that the person from the biker group who came forward during Jeremy's live was not the truth. Then she went on to defend herself about the biker. In other words, she went on to defend herself about that biker thing, that it wasn't true. Said that John has, I stapled this wrong, but we can do this. We can do this over. Well, we can start with this page. Said that Harley Grace being yelled at during that video was not 100% true. Yeah, right. Said that John's got video that proves, in other words, they're saying that they have plenty of video that never happened. They went on the defense of Bruce and called Jeremy an ass. Claimed Jeremy could not provide the evidence to back up his claim of the entire lawsuit. No, Jeremy just can't remember. There is so much evidence in that. There's so much evidence in it that he can't remember everything. I can't remember everything. Went on a personal attack of Megan about her appearing on Jeremy's live stream and called it defamation. No. What you do every time you go on your live stream is defamation of Jeremy and everybody else that you personally attack. That's defamation. Said, she said that she saw the port for Harley's, medical, the feeding tube thing. Okay, she said that she said that Megan went on Jeremy's live to save him. No. And I said that Jeremy has not proven any evidence in the case. Said he could not come up with the evidence. Says Jeremy did I write? I can't read that. Now, get this, guys. She claimed that Rapuzzi is not her legal name and that Lisa Lee is her legal name. No, I looked up the court documents. It's Lisa Rapuzzi, Lisa Lee Weeks. Debunked! Debunked! I looked up the court records, and it's listed as Rapuzzi, Lisa Lee Weeks. Debunked. Debunked your sorry butt once again. Okay, they still accuse Jeremy of stalking, but you don't have any proof. You keep saying that you have all this proof and all this evidence, but you never come forward with it. Claim that Megan came saved the day for Jeremy. No, that's not true. She was there to show proof and have evidence. They said that Jeremy was speculating. They claimed that Megan was speculating and Jeremy was lying completely. I have no idea. They said that they were saving each other's ass because from using between them because of the depot. Said George was not that intelligent or bright, and said she could not get the paperwork done for a big investigation and a big court case. I'm going to tell you something. George is probably one of the smartest people I know, being on YouTube. Sometimes we forget things. It happens when we start to get older, or we have medical conditions that make us forget certain things. But she's a lot brighter and a lot smarter than you are. She's a lot brighter and a lot smarter than you are. Said Megan made a false accusations about the child being sick. Said that Michelle is the adoptive mother. And that is still up for debate. I still say there is something wonky about that adoption. And me and quite a few other people agree with me that there is something wrong with that adoption. And I still say there's something wonky about it. Went on a rant explaining Harley Grace's medical condition and what Michelle is doing to help her. Alright, well, I don't believe any part of it. Said Megan needs to do some better vetting and said that she was full of shit. No, Megan does her, I'm going to tell you something right now. Megan does her investigation. She's a real journalist. Okay, Megan is a real journalist. You're just pieces of garbage. You're garbage dwellers. And this proves it. Oh, and by the way, you can't get me for defamation or bullying. This information came from the live stream transcript. These are the words that came out of your mouth, and I'm debunking you. Oh, now, and here we go. Claim that the booths at... Wait a minute. Yeah, they're claiming that the picture of that booth wasn't Michelle's, and And those were the gifts that the people purchased for Harley Grace's Harley Jolly Christmas. Claims some of the toys she said that the older toys for HG were they were too young for Harley, and she was trying to sell a lot of the old toys. Boy, she's lying. Oh my God, she's selling this kid's toys. What kind of a mother sells her child's toys? Actually accused Jeremy of selling the gifts from Christmas in the Creek and said that the shelving looked like the ones from Christmas in the Creek. And said that the pictures were from the schoolhouse. Said Michelle is not using the child as a paycheck because she is sick. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's bull. Everybody on the whole planet knows that Michelle is using that little girl as a paycheck and as a big, aggressive panhandle and a big grift. Claims Jeremy and Megan are using Michelle's daughter for content and a storyline. Yeah, because like all of us, we are concerned about what's happening with that little girl. She should not be living in the conditions that she's living in. And why CPS dropped the ball? Yes, we have questions. I'm all for saving Harley. I'd like to see her go to she deserves a family that is going to love her and care for her and teach her the right things in life. Not this crap that Michelle and John are doing. Okay? That's not teaching the little girl right. She's just going to learn from them, and that she's going to end up being the same way. And this goes back to Christmas in the Creek. And this has happened, and this has been over a year ago. They still claim that a child was denied to come to Christmas in the Creek. And then she actually said that HG was excluded from the event. No, they were invited to the event. HG was more than welcome to come and get gifts. How many times do I have to repeat and debunk your stupid lies? Everybody, the truth of the whole thing is that John and Michelle had a protection order against them. That's why little Harley Grace couldn't go to the event, because she never asked somebody to take her. She was never excluded, and she wasn't. It just lies. That's all it is. It's just lies, 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 lies. And some people are actually getting tired of it. All right. Well, that's my take on this one. Oh, I'm going to go after them now. Every time they come on there live and tell lies, I'm going to debunk them now. And yes, I'm doing it for content. If they don't like it, right there. All right.